I just imagine the Charlie meme where he's got the whole thing behind him and he's got all the red lines connecting to everyone. That's Maddie with Hunger Games.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're... Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And we're just some podcast. Why didn't you do it?
I thought you said that we weren't doing it. I thought we were doing that. I thought you were doing it with me. Oh, and we're just some podcast. I know.
And hey, I love that. Oh, hey, my name's Zach Motz, everyone. Let me change that, sorry. Freak!
I know. I wasn't going to say anything, but...
I'm like, oh, I'm talking to
He's
Zach
in the
right
room
now.
with us.
Is he in the room with us?
Is he in
I
the
find
room
that
with
to
us?
be so funny. Okay.
So I do have to ask you a question. I already know the answer.
Yeah.
You didn't watch Ballad, did you?
No, okay, so I didn't watch Ballot, but here's the thing, guys. And hey, let me change my name real quick.
I'm not mad.
Let me change my name real quick. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I didn't watch Songbirds.
Change it right now. Okay, fine. You want to play that game?
Okay, so I didn't watch the movie, okay? But did see a bunch of the scenes just because I'd be scrolling on my For You page back, a year ago. And so I actually did get a ton of the references, and especially the reference, there's like a big reference in the book. I'm not going to say what, when, wherever it is, whatever. But there is a big reference in the book, and I was like, oh yeah. So no, I did not watch Songbirds.
We'll see.
But because of TikTok, obviously there were things that I missed because I didn't read the books. But
I'm excited to see what like TikTok showed you and what
guys,
I
my
can still show
education
you.
from TikTok. Oh no, I'm really excited to hear all of your thoughts and all the little fun Easter eggs. Hey.
Hey, Lucy Gray and Snow.
Maddie's just trying to get killed.
It's okay. You know what? Fine. I'll go with my.
Ash is a character that's already dead, so.
Okay, well, I'm Hamish. Okay, guys? Okay, so today, April's book of the month is, obviously, we've already talked about this, but it is Sunrise on the Reaping. But just because Hunger Games is something that we talk about all the time, we're going to go over all of them.
Yeah, because we love them so much. We could talk about them for hours.
Look at all those pretty colors. Look at all those pretty colors.
I really want to get the anniversary editions. They're so pretty. I really want them.
Me too. Hey guys, wish list.
Here's the thing. I don't own any of the books because I did at some point, in high school, college, whatever. And all the many moves I've done, I don't have them anymore. Like they're somewhere. Liz might have my copies actually.
Yeah.
Shout out Liz.
These are not the original ones that I had growing up. I also don't know what happened. I've moved so many times. I also did make notes on my iPad with
oh my gosh,
color coordinated, guys, because there's so much and I didn't want to miss anything. I'm sure I did. I'm sure Liz is going to comment below and be like, you missed this, because that's exactly how she talks. But
looks like, I don't know how to describe it.
What?
Every single page has a sticky note in it. That's how it would describe
yeah,
it.
for sure. I'm not that crazy. This is a crime that I've committed that I am not proud of. But I'm not proud of. I did not do sticky notes the first time I read Sunrise. I can't.
Hey, you know what? No. Hold on.
No. This is the crime that I did, Carolyn. It's not the fact that I didn't do the tabs. It's the fact that I did doggy ears. Okay. I don't do doggy ears, but I was so in it that I did not tab it. I only tabbed like half. But hey, the color tabs go to other books. So like the orange is for Hunger Games. The blue is for Sunrise because I didn't have purple, guys. I'm sorry. The white is for
Everyone's mad at
for
you, by the way, for that.
for Ballad of Songbirds. Like pink is for Catchy Fire. Like I tab so I make sure everything connects.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
No, here's my thoughts on the tabbing. I love to do that, and all my favorite books are destroyed. But I never do it the first read through. And I
Yeah, me
understand, like,
neither.
when it's like a prequel, I get it, because you're like, I want to remember every little, because it always refers back to the original stuff. But I think usually I do just want to enjoy it. Like, I just want to, like, zone out. I don't want to be like, oh, I should mark that. I want to just be, like, reading it.
Yeah.
So.
Like there are certain things in here where I was like, I'm pretty sure that connects to this book, and then I would doggy ear it, and then I would come back to it later because
I
I
also
was
am not
like,
against
I'm
dog
pretty
earing.
sure. I just don't like doing it. I don't like to ruin the page. Like, I don't like to ruin the pages, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
But also, you are like you are a collector. Like, you like to have the first editions. You like to do all this stuff. I like
do.
to find like the crappiest paperback at a used bookstore and then make it worse. So it's like, at that point, I'm like, I don't care if it's dog eared. But like if it's like your first edition, I get that.
But I also have ruined first edition. Like the selection, we've brought this up before. Like, it is pretty much, this is a first edition, and it's like water damage. Like, I am upset that I did that, but
I mean, you were 13. 13?
I was
I think you're
13.
okay. I think you're okay.
I was 13.
I really need to reread all the Hunger Games now. Like, after I finished it, I was immediately like, and I need all the copies of Hunger
Yes,
Games.
I was going through my tabs today, and I was just
And
like, when she gets the pin, like, oh, we'll talk about that because that
we
has
should
a
probably
color.
do a no spoiler. Okay, hey guys, here's our no spoiler review of the book Sunrise
really
of the
hard.
Reaping.
It's gonna be really hard.
First things first, go read this dang book. Go read it right now because it's worth the hype. I would say it is so freaking good. I was lost in it. I read it in one day, which hey,
There's
I
only
was
one part that I stopped
procrastinating.
at, but
I
yes.
don't think I stopped at all, to be honest. Like I was reading it until 2 a.m. last night. I was like, I can't put this down. Like, I have to keep reading.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I love Haymitch, like his character's fantastic, but there was a part where I'm not going to say what part it is. I'm not going to say anything. Whoa, my hands are up.
Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up.
My hands are up, my hands are up. I'm not going to say anything, I swear. But I was like maybe a third in, and I was just like, I know what's about to come. And I just can't do it right now. Like, I was just like, I'm not ready to read this part. And, well, because, like, when you're reading it, or before you read it, like, you think, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen because Suzanne Collins has told us before. But she really was like, yeah, you think you know the games, but you actually do not. Like, you know nothing about anything. And so, like, after, like, a day, I was like, okay, I'll get back into it.
So
and then I
for
finished
those
it
of you who are like, I'm not going to read it because I know what happens. Okay, get off your high horse. You have no idea. You've never known what's going to happen ever. Not
you don't know anything. Now, here's the... So, Carolyn didn't do this, and it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Just disappointed. But I really do recommend reading or watching Ballad of Songbirds. I do. Okay, everyone says it. It's okay. Carolyn was busy. I understand.
I was very busy.
She's very busy. She's a busy gal. Can't be mad about it. What the frick? If anyone's mad at Carolyn,
put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
Hands up, dude. No, yeah.
But
I really wanted to.
Yeah, I do recommend reading it just because there are certain things where you're just like, oh, because I don't even think it mentions it in the movie. There are certain parts in the movie of Ballad where when you're reading Sunrise, you're like, oh, then you feel like you have a knife in your chest.
So yeah, if you really want that knife in the chest look, definitely read Songbirds.
Read Ballad of Songbirds. So obviously, Sunrise. It follows the Haymitch story of the Hunger Games. And the 50th.
The second quarter quell.
Yes. I always want to think it's the 25th one, but the 25th one was brutal because I don't know if you know about the 25th quarter quell, Carolyn. But
I don't think I do.
the
Which
the
Go ahead.
it's not in a book or anything, but or like they haven't ran about it, but the districts picked their tributes.
Oh, and I'm ready for that book to come out. And where's that book?
I'm ready for that book too, but
And I'm in line
crazy.
to get that book right
I
now.
Dude,
Yeah, so I'm
if
guys.
if I won the 25th Hunger Game and I came home and people volunteered me, it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, I just beat
We're gonna
a
get some words.
I just beat a bunch of tributes. I'm about to beat you all too.
I'm about to beat all you
No,
up.
so you know how Maddie talks about this. Actually, we'll go back to this. We'll go back to this in a minute. What Suzanne Collins does in this book, to review it, that I think is really cool, is that I have many times, I think about like, this is just going to turn into me trashing other authors. Sometimes when I read other books that are prequels or that are unplanned sequels, you can tell. Like, you're immediately like, okay, they had a fan fiction type idea and they read it and they wrote it and it's okay. And it's nothing like the originals and I don't like it. This is not, and I can't stress that enough, not that instance at all. This book is so well done. It does such a good job of being like leading to and alluding to other books in the series but still being its own thing.
Yeah.
Like you could truly
For
read
sure.
this book and not have read the other ones and still enjoy it. Like if this was your first book in the Hunger Games, like if you just picked this up and didn't know it was the fifth one, and you read it, you could still be like, oh, that was really good. I'll probably go read the other ones and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like obviously you'd
for
miss
sure.
things, but it's so well done.
She's so good.
Definitely one worth reading.
Yeah. I love Suzanne Collins because she's one of the authors where she doesn't just write a book to write a book. She only writes when she has something to say. And I think one of the important things, like important topics that she comes in here is about the media. Like, don't trust the media because they change the narrative to fit what they want. And I think it's a huge thing in this book. A lot of people. Okay, this isn't like every book, so like I don't want to hear like anything, but people were upset about the fact that it felt like a reunion book. I was like, oh, so you
Are you
just hate
drunk?
awesome things. So
Are
you're
you drunk?
yeah, it feels like a little bit of a reunion, but it's not like a bad reunion. It feels very like nostalgic in a way. Like I don't know why people complain about that. Like that's
And
crazy.
also, I didn't get that impression at all. Obviously, there's
Neither
like,
did I.
okay, there's some characters in there that obviously you see later in the other books, and then kind of introduces some of those characters. But I never felt like it was a waste. They always were purposeful. It wasn't like, hey, and these characters showed up because, like, sometimes you read a book and they do that kind of stuff, and it feels like fan fiction. And now they all went out to dinner, and you're like, okay, cool. It did not feel like that at all. Like I felt like she was very tasteful with it. Like it's very few instances. So if you
Yes.
think that this is a dumb reunion book, I have words for you, and it's put your hands up, okay? Because you're wrong. Put them up.
Also, I would like to say that if you have watched the other movie, like watched the OG movies or read the OG books, this book answers a lot of questions. I will not say what those questions are because they are spoilers, but they do answer a lot of questions about like who people are and like how things started. I'm trying to not to say anything really.
But hey, you did
Okay.
a great job.
Thank you. I'm really trying. But yeah, guys, it answers a lot of questions. I know my
It
questions were answered.
does. It
And
ties
then I
everything
threw
together
up.
in such a good way. And I literally was like, I would even read a book in between this book and the Hunger Games. Like I would read a million books about this because
25th quarter. Love
she's
to do that.
so. Oh, I would love to read that one. She does such a good job, and it doesn't feel. Nothing feels wasted. Like everything feels important, and So if you're being discouraged not to read it because, oh well, I don't know, I don't care about a prequel, I don't care. Well, you should, because this one's really good.
You should.
This one's awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, that is how I did feel about Songbirds and Snakes, which is why I didn't read Songbirds and Snakes. I will now be reading Songbirds and Snakes
Wait, why didn't you read Saltbound Songman? Or yeah.
because I didn't really care about Snow's like rise to power. I like because I knew it was gonna be, first of all, I knew it was gonna be absolutely tragic, and I also was
Yes.
like, I just didn't know if I cared. After reading this one, I will definitely be reading Songbirds.
Yes, I totally feel
Yeah.
you on that. Because when I bought Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, or when it first came out, I was very excited because I love anything by Suzanne Collins. And then no, like knowing it's no, because he's an unreliable narrator, which is
Which,
something
hey,
that
love. So
I
fun.
love that, but it's not just like how he comes to power. It's just like I don't know. Like I don't even know I don't even know what to say.
When you
Because
talk about it, I'll have to
it's
put my
it's just it's
headphones
just
off.
more than that. Like there's so many things that happen in this book that make what happened in Sunrise that much more impactful. To where
Yeah.
I'm on the ground, uh, crying,
She was shot down by this book.
inconsolable. Yeah, no one. Yeah, I can't do it. I just can't do it. The movie's great though. I do recommend the movie, but there are certain things that they change in the movie, which always do that.
Oh no, I would 100% want to read the book first. I do want to see the movie. I've seen many clips and they were all great, but I would definitely be reading the book first. Okay, y'all, we're jumping into spoilers. It's been long enough. If you want to read the book, go ahead and hop off right now. Go read that book, come right back. Okay? But definitely read the book. And if you're like, I'm probably just going to
Read
listen and
it.
not read the book, I don't care actually. You have your own free
Read
will. You do
it.
whatever you want. Read the book.
No, read it. Just read it. And you know what? I convinced my brother-in-law to read it. Okay, he never
Yeah, and
takes.
Kathy,
Well,
this is your last
that's a
warning.
lie.
Go read the book.
Go read it, Catherine. Love you.
Love you. Go read
Hearts.
the book. Come back. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so
Um,
I want to hear your impressions.
um, Dude, so good. Best book we've
It's
read, I
so,
think, for the entire, like, of all the books we've reviewed, easily the best book. Easily, like, hands down.
yes,
So well done, so quick. I'm definitely gonna read it again. I mean, because reading it in one day.
yes,
And that's how I read the originals too, because they were just like, I can't stop reading them. But I'll definitely be reading it again because it was just so good. And I think I'll go read Songbirds and then I'll read this one again.
yes.
Um,
Please read Songbirds
because
because in
obviously,
my
like, even
notes I do talk about the notes.
yes, yeah. When you go over the Songbirds,
Agree.
I'll mute myself because I don't want spoilers. But I will say that, like, even the freaking symbol at the on the cover of the book is a reference to Songbirds. So it's like, go read Songbirds. I will be reading it. Okay, I will read it. Okay, I'll do
Yes.
it. I want to read it. Oh my gosh, I need to
I
get my
don't.
notebook because I took notes too. I took notes every time I cried, which was a lot of times. So there's quite
Yes.
a few times.
Here, let me get to my first thing.
My very
Okay.
first
Oh, well, the
thought
first thing I
I
want to
wrote
talk
down too.
about is also in ballad. So you might have to mute yourself.
Uh-oh, not
Well,
ballad. I don't know where my notebook is.
you said that you watched certain clips. So tell me what clips that you watched.
I did. I know most of her songs because I've heard them.
So
So a
just
lot
tell
of
me.
so the biggest one that I was like, okay, obviously Lucy Gray. There were quite a few little references to her throughout. What's her name's character? Hey Mitch's girl. Her name
Oh,
is
Lenore
cool, and I
Dove.
always Lenore, yeah.
Lenore Dove.
And then obviously that's a reference to the poem. Like literally everything she did, I was like, this is obviously alluding to Lucy Gray. And then the fact that they're in the same line slash family somehow. Is
Okay,
she
so I
supposed to be
can't
her
talk.
daughter, or is she
So
like? Because I
Lenore
know she's in the
Dove.
line
So she's in the
of
line.
of them
So for those who don't know, there's the Covey, and they were a band that's mentioned in
many
Ballad of
times. Yeah,
Songbirds many
and mentioned in
times.
this book too.
And the Covey like went to district to like just play music and whatever, and then they were basically forced to stay in District 12, which becomes a thing in Ballad of Songbirds. And so in that group, they have like Tam Amber. There's I want to say Clementine. I don't know. They have interesting names. There's Maud. Oh, I'm gonna just murder these names. But Maud Ivory. She was the cousin of Lucy Gray, and it's rumored that she is Lenore's mom.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, because I definitely knew they were in the same family because of all of the way that they name people, which they mention in this book, and all that. So I definitely picked on that pretty soon, especially when she talked about her that she was musical. I was like, okay, so this is obviously she has a
Yeah.
connection to Lucy
So
Gray, and then the scene with Snow talking to him. I was like, I know why you're
yes,
pissed. I know why you're mad. You
I
son
know
of a
you're
bitch.
pissed. So the first thing or not the first thing, but one of the things that I highlighted was about the Covey because it goes like all the Covey music's in her blood, but not like them too. Less interested in pretty melodies, more in Dage's words, the kind that lead to rebel acts. It's a treat to hear her sing since she never does it in public. None of the Covey do
They
because
can't.
of they can't
President
because
Snow.
of President Snow because he was with Lucy Gray, bro.
Because
Or
he's just a
crazy.
big baby.
He's just a big baby. Also, the
A
thing about the
big
meadow,
murderous baby, dude.
baby, the whole thing about the meadow, brought tears to my eyes because the meadow is a part of the song in the original Hunger Games. We find out who wrote it in Ballad of
Yeah,
Songbirds.
the hanging tree, dude.
The Hanging Tree. The Hanging Tree was a song that was written in Ballad of Songbirds. And then the meadow it gets brought up again in Sunrise to where Haymitch meets Lenore there. And it comes up in Mockingjay because after the whole thing ends, at the end, Katniss and Peeta are at the meadow. How
Dude.
cute is that? How cute is that? Brought me to tears. I was like, you're kidding me. Let me see. Oh my gosh. The same thing that it gets brought up a lot in these books is like don't give the Capitol anything because they've already taken too much.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another quote. Nothing you can take was ever worth keeping. That quote.
Yes, I did love that.
That's in a song. In Bella's Song of Things.
I just imagine the Charlie meme where he's got the whole thing behind him and he's got all the red lines connecting to everyone. That's Maddie with Hunger Games. I feel like Maddie could do a whole video essay on one song.
I really could. Okay, so what I wrote. So I did talk about who Lenore Dove's mother could be. I really think it's Ivory.
I think so. I think they were alluding to that, especially with like where they were buried and everything. And
Yeah. This is the fact that Haymitch could have been with Lenore is gut-wrenching because so Lenore is related to the Covey, so is Burdock Everdeen. So Haymitch could have been Katniss's uncle, which just take the knife out of my back already because it's hurting.
yeah, no, for
Like
real.
like how could you do this to me, Suzanne? How could you do this? The thing about wait, who's your favorite character? Because I definitely have one. That's not Haymitch. I mean, it can be Haymitch.
I know. Well, I mean, Haymitch is incredible, obviously, but no, definitely the girl, Merce something. What's her name? Guys, I already forgot the names. I read it
Maisley?
in one day. The girl
like
that got killed really gruesomely by the birds.
Oh, yeah, so Maisley.
Yeah,
that her It's like
think so. Maisley. I think you're right. You're
Maisley.
right. I really like
Maisley?
her. I
Me
love
too.
her.
She was my favorite. I will do anything to play her. I will do anything. I will do anything.
I will
That's
become
actually-
16 again if that's what it takes.
I will do what needs to be done. I will do anything. I love her. She was like one of my favorite people
She was
ever because
awesome.
she's so she does. I do bring her up a lot.
She
in
reminded me
things.
of the girl. Who is it? It's the girl. What district is she from? She is in Catching Fire in a big way. And
Oh,
Mockingjay.
Joanna.
Joanna. She reminded me of Joanna. No, does she die in Catching Fire? No, she doesn't. She lives, doesn't she? She lives. It's been so
Joanna
long.
survives.
I thought so.
Joanna
It's been
survives.
so long because she freaking blows up the corner, the clock. So.
She does she? I don't remember.
How does Katniss? Does she blow up the? How does she blow up the ring? She blows it up.
So
Does she fire an
Katniss-
arrow at the sky? Is that what it is?
She-
That's what it is.
So yeah, because of BT. So then Katniss takes it, puts it on her arrow, and she shoots it as right when the lightning hits, and she breaks the arena.
Dude, oh my gosh, I loved his introduction. I loved his backstory. I was like, if y'all say this is a reunion book, how about stop reading? No more books for you. You've lost your
Yeah.
book privileges because you're wrong.
No,
It was so cool.
Dude, it made so much sense.
Yeah, with
Because
him losing his son.
Dude, no, because in Catching Fire, when Haymitch is talking about the tributes, like for the 75th Hunger Games, he's just, like, he brings up Mags. Like, he's like, Mags is like a sweetheart. And then when Katniss is like, oh, I want to team up with BT, Wirus, and Mags. Like, I want them as my allies. He's like, okay. And he knows he can trust these people.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I need
Love
to
it.
read them again. When they're on the train and
Yes.
he's like, you don't get it, you never get off this train. Guys.
Guess how he knew where that place was?
Yeah. Hey, you'll never believe it.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, so I did bring up Maisley for my second bullet point, because in the book they talk about like the posters, which is another huge thing in Ballad of Songbirds. So I won't say, I don't know if you've seen it, so I'm not going to spoil that one. But Maisley will never know her final poster is the Mockingjay pen left in her drawers.
Yeah. Hey, that is so good.
That her niece later gives to Katniss
Yeah.
for the Hunger Games. She'll never
Which
know.
I love that being the origin of the pen. I love that she was the origin of that. Like,
Also,
oh, so cute.
And the fact that Tam Amber is the one who created it,
Yeah.
who is related to Lucy Gray.
Oh, it's so cool.
Dude, I don't care what I don't care what anyone says. This is reunion
Yeah,
book.
I would say, guys, I
Fair.
would say, like, my rating for this book would be probably like a 4.9 because Hunger Games is a 5. I would say it would be a 4.9.
I give it 5.
I
In my,
don't
but
know.
I give it 5, but I give all of them 5s. I give all of them 5s.
Well, there's, it might just be a 5 because I'm trying to think of what would make it worse than the Hunger Games books, only because reading it made me want to read the Hunger Games books again. So I don't know.
I don't think there's anything wrong with giving it a 5 if you really want to.
I think it probably deserves a 5 because it's so well done.
It's so well done.
And I loved it and I
it's
couldn't get away from
beautiful.
it. Like, oh my gosh.
Okay, ready? Haymitch fed Lenora the gumdrops. Snow killing her through Haymitch's hands. Are you kidding me? Now,
No longer
The
hot.
gumdrops.
No longer hot.
no longer hot. But the thing about the gumdrops is it's referenced in Ballad of Songbirds. I will not say who. But as soon as I read the word gumdrops, I was like, I know something about this. And so then I looked back at Ballad of Songbirds. I was like, you know what gumdrops? Anyways, I won't get into it until you read it or watched it, because I don't think they reference it in the movie. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I just when I heard about the whole gumdrops thing, obviously, hey, tragic. Someone spoiled it for me, so forever pissed. Yeah, I knew how it ended because of that, and I was so mad. I
Who
was
spoiled
like,
it? Do I know them?
someone in our comment section of our video put a spoiler in it. It's blocked. You
Wait.
can't see it now. But I
me
was
find
literally
it.
like, is that a spoiler? Ain't no way. This book's been out 3 days and you're posting spoilers.
Yeah, the
So
gumdrops.
I immediately knew. I was like, okay, so she gets poisoned.
Well, the thing about the
Great.
gumdrops is
Thanks,
I did
guys.
it really did take me by surprise because because going in again, I knew who lived, who died because Haymitch talks about it in Mockingjay. So I was like, oh, okay, so I know she dies. But then when she got out of jail, I was like, huh, so like, is he gonna just like kill her? Like, I don't understand. And then he says, oh, I plopped it into her mouth. And then he looks at the color and he's like, okay. And then she says, I should get the ones from my room. And then my gut, like my heart fell into my gut. I was like, you're
Yeah, unfortunately, I knew immediately because of that freaking scream.
damn, that sucks.
It's okay.
Oh, this one's really
Hey
sad.
guys,
You ready?
don't comment spoilers on books that have been out for 30 seconds. Just food for thought.
Well, why did you read them?
But yes, I did. I did like that. I did like that. Yeah. Why did I read the comments on the video we posted? That's my bad. No,
No, like you knew it had sunrise.
no. Well, yeah. Hey, that's a good point. Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's fair. But still, please don't
Hey.
post comments. Maybe say, hey, I'm gonna spoil it or something first. Because I have
Yeah,
seen other
that's a good
videos
idea.
people made where people would make videos talking about it, and they wouldn't say like, guys, I'm gonna spoil it. It came out 30 seconds ago. They would just come out the bat with talking. I'm like, how about shut the hell up for a week or say, I'm gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I really liked that. I thought it was so well done because then the way that Katniss and Peeta defy the Capitol is by threatening to eat the berries and like poison themselves. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, finally, some poetic justice.
You ready for this gut wrencher one?
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch got to see Maisley grow up through her twin.
Yeah, that one hit. When he thought he saw her at the funeral, I was like, he's tripping. And then I was like, no,
yeah.
he's not. That's his twin.
He's not tripping as a sister. The fact that she was like, is she still gonna be a twin after I'm gone? That's just gut wrenching. I mean it's just brutal. It's brutal out here.
It really
And,
is. That her death made me really sad. I was like, I knew it was coming. Like I knew he won, and then I knew how he won because I think it is mentioned in the other games that isn't it mentioned? It's definitely mentioned in the other books
Like
that
how he wins?
the girl throws an axe and it bounces back and hit her.
Yeah, like
Because that's
like from
mentioned.
from the get-go we know because in Mockingjay he says like I lost my mom and brother and I lost my girl. So we know who we lost. And then Katniss talks about, oh, that's Haymitch. He won because he used the force field and the girl threw an axe and then it bounced back. So we knew like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I just loved it. I loved getting to know why he was the way he is. I thought it was so well done. And it is like there were thoughts that I had during the book where I was like, it's really hard to picture a 15-year-old because these are intense, insane emotions, insane circumstances. And I think that's kind of the point, is that it is insane. And also that his life is so, because he's in District 12, he's so used to being like the man of the house and being the adult that it doesn't even like, all this crazy stuff he has to do. It's just, okay,
Yeah.
because he's already pretty much acting like an adult because of his circumstances.
yeah.
Which is why sometimes I wish you would play that off with the capital children a little more because they more likely can have childhoods. Whereas once you get to like districts 10, 11, 12, it's like, no, they're working and they're in the coal mines already and, with District 12.
Yeah.
But I was also talking to Paul Dean all of an hour ago. Shout out Paul Dean about these books because I was talking about how, and me and Maddie have gone into this, about how the big thing that we have with the movies, which we could never picture anyone else playing these characters, is that they casted adults because it takes out a lot of the big point of the fact that it's kids. However, talking to my pops about it, I think they probably did a good job doing that because I think and you can see it in Songbirds and Snakes, right?
Yes.
Ballads, so
They
much
use
harder to
children.
watch. Yeah, they
They
actually
use
use kids,
children.
and it is brutal. Like reading this book, I was like, I feel like this is the most brutal book of all of them. Like this is rough. Like every
Yeah.
single death is awful, and it's supposed to be like that's the whole point. But
Yeah.
it is like, oh my gosh, like I
It's
can't.
rough.
I was thinking the whole time reading it, I don't know if I can watch this movie when it comes out. Like I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. Like it's just gonna be so tough.
Yeah.
Especially if they cast
Yeah.
kids. I mean, Haymitch is 15 at the beginning. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm just like, they're gonna have a freshman in high school? Like that, it's just so, oh my goodness.
It's gonna be rough to watch. I'm definitely not pumped to see the movie. I will definitely watch it because I love it, but it's tough. Because when they
It's so
use
sad.
like, I mean, they used kids too in the original Hunger Games, but there was like only one kid. But
Yeah.
when you're
And the only
watching,
bad kid death you see is like Ruse.
yeah, but even that's
That one
not
is
as not even as
awful.
brutal as the ones in this book.
Oh, not even close.
But Ballad of Songbirds, there is there's a character in this book where I'll get into it. It's a bullet point because I'm curious. It's more of a question bullet point than anything. But then okay, Lulu died smelling the flowers that reminded her of home.
Yeah. Dude, Lulu was tough all around. The first version of her and the second version of her, I was like, this is rough. And honestly, the fact that it's Haymitch's fault both times, even rougher. Even
I
like,
know.
and I get it. Like, I get why he literally hates himself. Because he's also, hey, he's a kid. These are insane circumstances. It's the
Yeah.
Capitol's fault. You know, it's the Capitol's fault. But
Yeah.
oh my goodness, it's kind of his fault too, unfortunately. And those were,
Yes.
dude, stab me in the
Yes.
heart, twist the
Stab
knife.
me in the heart. Okay, this was a huge thing in the book where Haymitch talks about he needed someone luckier than he was, and that's where Katniss comes in. So I was like, in what ways was she luckier besides like the fact that okay, let's get to it. So Katniss had I don't know how to say his name. I don't want to hear anything. His name is Seneca Crane. He was
Hmm.
the game master in the original Hunger Games. Who wait, hold in Catching Fire. Okay. Where she's in the room with Snow, and he goes, I have a problem, Miss Everdeen, says President Snow. A problem that began the moment you pulled those poisonous berries in the arena. If the head if the head game maker, Seneca Crane, had any brains, he would have blown you to dust right then. But he had an unfortunate sentimental streak, so here you are. Can you guess where he is?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead, guys. So she had a better game master than Haymitch did because like Snow and everyone they were controlling the narrative, but in Katniss's game they saw it as like oh like sentimental like oh they're star-crossed lovers, and she
Yeah.
volunteered for her sister. So Snow couldn't threaten Prim, couldn't threaten Peeta, you know? Like
Yeah. And
he couldn't take anything away from her like that.
I think she also she has Poltark as well, you know. And they
Yes.
say it in the book. In this book they say, and maybe you'll have an army this time, which Haymitch is like, yeah, that would have been helpful. And she does. I mean, she has all these people on the inside. She has
Hmm.
all the people who support her as she goes through the districts when she goes for Rue's death, you know, that whole thing. When they go on their victory tour and she does the salute. Like there's so
Yeah.
much that she gains with that. And I mean, I think the luckiest thing she has is PETA.
Oh yeah.
Like PETA got her through all of it, and because she had PETA by her side, I think that was a big part of it too. That made
Yeah.
her luckier than
And
Haymitch.
and she had someone like Haymitch. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Connection time. Haymitch is the flint striker. Katniss is the spark. Peeta is the kindling. Lucy Gray fuels rebellion with music. They're all from District 12, which is coal.
Hey, that's awesome. That's
Hey,
freaking awesome.
are you serious? They're literally pointing in our face. He's literally the sorry. She's literally the girl on fire.
Dude. That's so
Dude.
cool. I did not even connect those things.
Okay. This part in the book, this is the part of the book where I had to sit it down for a minute and I cried. I might cry right now. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do it. But in Sunrise, they're at Sid and his mom's funeral, right? And Burdock sings the song, "The Old There Before." Now,
Yeah.
do you know this song?
No, I did not know this one, but I
Okay,
obviously I heard it in slam poetry form because I was listening to the audiobook at this point, so it's very
it's
funny.
a
I was like,
great
this is
song.
funny.
It's a great song. So he sings that song because it's a fareway death song in the Covey, whatever. Now here's the part where I lost it because Lucy Gray sings this song when she well, okay, in the movie it's different because in the movie she's singing it as she's winning, but in the book, she doesn't win immediately afterwards. But she's about to be attacked by these snakes, and she thinks she's gonna die, so she sings the old there before because she doesn't have anyone to sing that song for her when she dies.
Dude.
And I cried. I cried. I was like, Are you okay, babe? Lucy?" Because when I'm reading it, I picture Rachel
Zegler.
Zegler, which she's controversial right now. So, but she does a phenomenal job in that performance. She was so good. That song was great. You should watch it. Watch that
Yeah, I
song.
definitely need to. I'm gonna read that book and then I'm gonna watch the heck out of the movie and then and then by then the next movie will be out. So
Yeah. Also, Suzanne Collins is crazy because naming Haymitch's best friend Burdock. Do you know what Burdock is? How to Google it.
no, what is it?
It's an herb for liver strength and grief.
Hey, that's really funny, dude. See,
Hey,
that's what I
that's
mean. Like these books are
crazy.
so good. Like everything is intentional, but it's not in
Yeah.
a super obvious way. Like it is things that you like. Oh, I have to think about that for a second. Like
Yeah.
it's she's so good.
And the fact
She's
that
awesome.
Katniss, like the herb, gets brought up in the book too. And
I do remember thinking that and being like,
oh, and it also does get brought up in Ballad of Songbirds where she's like they're like at the lake and I forgot who says it, but they're like, "Oh, like the Katniss, like on the side of the lake," and then Lucy Gray says, "Oh, but we're not. But it's not. We're not ready for Katniss yet. Yeah,
but
they're
you
not
will
ready.
be,
There's no way ready for Katniss. But it will
dude.
be so good.
I feel like hey Mitch, I mean, and he says it too, like he loved Katniss because Katniss was so much like him. And
Hmm.
so I
The
think
parallels are
that's
crazy.
why. And I think that's why when she's like, Pete is the best of us, like he has to be the one that lives. Haymitch totally gets that because he has that same self-loathing that Katniss kind of does because of all the stuff
Hmm.
they've been through.
Yeah, like the parallels are insane for them. Like they both had a single mom, a younger sibling, a father who died in a coal mine. They both, well, Haymitch, like his reaping was rigged. Katniss volunteered, you know,
Oh
just
my gosh, Haymitch's reaping was insane, and I'm so glad they did it that way. It was so interesting. Because obviously,
yes,
like reading the book, he's gonna go into the games. Like that's what's gonna happen. So the way they set that up was so good because it's the same way with Katniss. Like I remember when I was reading the book, I was like, that doesn't make any sense because I know she goes to the games. Like when they announced Prim, like before I got to the part where
yeah,
she's like, I volunteer. I was like, No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. And so
Yeah,
I
I
love that she does that. Now you're like, oh, well, you're not gonna know how it's gonna happen though.
exactly. And the fact that a Burdock saves PETA's dad is so funny to me because Katniss always saved PETA.
Yeah. Oh, it's all connected.
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay, wait, Maddie, I have a quick question because I completely forgot, and I think you're gonna remember because you've read the books recently. I have not.
Okay, what?
What the heck was
Hope I
going
do.
on? What the heck? It's okay if you don't. What the heck was going on with District 13? Because I do remember there used to be District 13. It was like destroyed, whatever. But I can't remember
Mm-hmm.
why, or if it would actually matter to any of these books. Because I would have thought the District 13 like destruction would have been happening around this time, but I don't remember.
If I remember correctly, District 13 was destroyed in the war because they were trying to rebel against the capital.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so that's why it's so it would haven't even
Hmm.
been in these movies at all then.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Haymitch and Katniss were the last to be reaped. Well, specifically, Haymitch was, which fulfills the promise that he made to Lenore to be the last one. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, 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 gotcha. I know what you mean. Yes, because
Keep
Katniss is
the
the very
sun from
last
rising.
one. But it would have been 25 reapings later, right? Which hey, he still did it.
25.
24?
Yeah. No, you're right.
24.
You're right.
Because she was in the 74th
I,
Hunger Games and then she's also in the
yeah.
75th.
I keep, for some reason in my head, I keep thinking that he's part of the 25th one. I'm like, I know he's not part of the 25th one. So the math doesn't
Basically,
math in my head.
because I was
Sorry.
thinking that too. Because when I was thinking about like how old Snow would have been before he does the math in the book, because he figures it out. He figures out that Snow would have been at the same, would have been this age. What if this girl, when he watches that
Yes.
movie at the
Yes.
end, he's like, that would have been
Figures
her.
it out.
When, but like when I was reading it, I was like, how, if Snow was, if this would they be, yeah. So, um, so that was my thought process, guys.
Okay, I saw this on TikTok. I saw this one on TikTok, and it made me sit down and stare at a wall for a minute. Haymitch trained, sorry, Haymitch trained 48 tributes before they overthrew the Capitol. The same number of tributes in his games. Katniss was the one out of 48 that could do it just like him.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really
Isn't
cool. I
that
would never thought of that.
crazy? I know, I never
Yeah.
thought about it either. And then someone commented on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Like that's crazy. I don't know if she did that on purpose, but if she did, that's insane. Sometimes I wonder. I'm like, did you? Or did you just write it down and didn't think about it?
Yeah, dude, I cried so many times in this book. It
Me too.
pretty much once a chapter. I was like, cool, and I'm crying again. I think the first time I cried was when he told his brother that he was the man of the house now. That was my first tears.
Oh
And
yeah.
then um after that it was literally just every chapter. But a really big one that got me was um when the Lulu died and he was like, you did this, you killed her. Um
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
crazy. So good. Every
yes,
time
I
he would
did
do something that
bookmark
was
it.
like F the capital, I was like, man, yeah, that's awesome.
I did put it somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. Might have been my doggy ear. But yeah, that's like a whole thing that gets brought up multiple times where it's after she dies and he or no, I remember now. Everyone hold. Everyone shut up.
When Maisley killed the game makers that were in the arena, I was literally like, dang, she's gonna get a really brutal death because she just killed them.
I know, dude.
But nothing as bad as Amber's death. Dude, there's no way I can watch that movie. There's no way I can watch the movie. His death
Oh,
was
this is
so rough.
okay, here it
I
is.
understand. I mean, they all couldn't eat during that time anyways, except for the girl, the Lulu clone, because she wasn't eating at all. That was so sad. Her story was so sad. And her story so reminded me of what are they called? The ones where they cut their tongues off? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I don't know what they're called.
I don't remember what they're called, but there's one girl in the original Hunger Games book and they tell her story
Yes.
and she's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And that was always for me watching the movies. I was always like, I hate that they cut out this detail because it's so important to like the cruelty of the Capitol. And and they completely cut her character out. And her character is really important because isn't her character the one that gives her the Mockingjay? No, she isn't.
No.
But whoever it is that gives her the Mockingjay is completely cut out of the movies,
It's
isn't she?
it's Madge or Mage. She's the mayor's daughter.
Yeah, but is she cut out of the
I
movies?
found it. She
Who?
is.
Yeah, because Prim gives it to her in the movies. Someone else gives it
No.
to her. What does
No,
Prim do that Mage was supposed to do in the movies? Because there is one of those things, and I can't remember what it is. But there was a big moment that I was like, that wasn't even her. That was someone else.
Well, she might have given her the pin like when she goes to like say goodbye to her, but she's not the original person to give it to her. It's or in the movie they make I think her name was like Greasy something. Like she's like whatever, but okay, I found the part. And then wait, I gotta go to my Hunger Games book too. So in Sunrise, when Luella like escapes and then they kill her and stuff, Haymitch picks up her body and Maisley says she doesn't belong to them. Don't just hand her over. Make them fight for her. Run. She doesn't belong to them at all. Also goes back into the Hunger Games. Wanna know why? Don't know why. Because she says that Rue was more the piece in their games, and so am I. They don't own her.
Yeah, dude, that
Okay.
part was so good. And I remember like reading in this book when Haymitch was like, when you're in the arena, you don't have time to grieve, so you just feel shallow and terrible because you can't even grieve these people that are dying. And I just thought about Rue and Katniss and how she was like crying over her body and then she had to give it up. Like, oh, dude.
Yeah. And wraps her in flowers. If Hamish could, he
Yes.
would. I think another character that really got to me was Wyatt.
Oh, yeah, that one was rough, especially because they were kind of mean to him.
They're really mean to him, but you know what? He's fine. He's a Booker boy. But something
I
that I
know
was
when
thinking
Maze was like, you don't get to choose what family you're born into.
yes.
Tell him. Freaking tell him, dude.
Tell him.
Tell
The
him.
thing about Wyatt though, cause after he dies, Haymitch is like, oh, I bet he was protecting Lulu. And then I was thinking, I was like, Wyatt is smart. He knows the odds. So he would have known that she had no chance to survive. So so he knew he had to die first. So that his family couldn't bet on him, make any money off of him. Because he says that. Like, my family bet on me.
Yeah, dude.
So I was like, he knew. He's the odds maker. He knew going in that he had to die first.
Yeah, that was rough.
And then his dad, like, himself. Is it because the fact that he knew, like, that his son died first because of the bet? Or because he made no money off of him? I don't know. We'll never know. But I think about that time to time.
Yeah,
It's pretty sad.
it's rough, dude. All the deaths were just gruesome. And I feel like, I don't know, I gotta read the books again because I think I'm just remembering it differently. Because it's definitely possible the other books were gruesome too. I mean, so many people died. And I remember reading some of the deaths in the other books and being like, okay, gross. Yeah, they were
She
rough
just
this
gets more
time.
brutal and brutal. Because I remember in Ballad of Songbirds, it was kind of brutal. Like, they're just crazy. They're just crazy people. Because another thing that gets brought up with these books is, I mean, even Maisley says it herself, like, if you let them treat you like an animal, then they will. And in Ballad of Songbirds, they're literally treated like animals because they're put into a cage so everyone can come in and look at them like they're some attraction in a zoo, and it's just brutal. Like all the deaths in that movie is, I can't. I can't.
Maddie's out.
I'm out. But I don't know. I don't know, man. But I don't want to. I'm trying not to spoil too much for you in the Ballad of Songbirds because there's just so
Yeah,
much that I could
I'll
talk
read
about.
it because I couldn't believe this one was available. I have also I need to return it so that someone else can read it. I have all the library apps, and I was like, I can't just go buy because new books are kind of expensive. And I was like, I don't even have time. Like my Barnes and Noble is an hour away from where I live. I was like, I don't even have
Yeah.
time to go to Barnes and Noble. Um,
Oh,
Let me
I have
return
another
it.
thing about the animal thing. So you
Mm-hmm.
know how like Maisley is like always asks for a plate and silverware, and she even makes silverware out of wire for for like the game.
Mm-hmm.
In the Hunger Games, when Haymitch gets them food, guess what? It's brought on a plate and silverware.
Dude.
Maisley would have loved it. Okay, here's the question that I had. So in the book Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, there's a character. Uh, I think he's like a student. I don't know if that's like the proper term for them in this book, but what?
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes came out in 2020?
It did.
That's crazy. I thought it came out like 2 years ago.
The movie did.
Oh, right, right.
No, but the character in Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Okay, I don't even know if I should attempt it. I'm gonna call him Hill. Okay, Hill, because the first three letters are Hil. Okay, we're just going with Hill. He Heavensby. Okay, he took he was in charge of a tribute. She was like the youngest tribute there. And when she dies, like in the book, he has like a reaction to it. Like he's like taken aback by it. He's like, no, 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 like she has to be alive. Like they're like, no, she can't be dead. My question was when he witnessed everything and Wooly's death, did that change him to where Plutarch started the rebellion? Because Plutarch is his son. Questions.
We
I have
love the
questions.
connections. We love it.
I have questions. But yeah, I mean, there's more notes that I had, but
I absolutely love the book. It's so good. Really
I
great to see
loved it.
Haymitch start. I just thought the it so makes sense to why he's the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense that like I don't know. Like
And it makes
when
sense for
I
Snow as well. I know it's going to be hard for you to read it, but it makes sense. Dude,
oh
it makes so much sense.
for Haymitch, I don't know why, but when I read The Hunger Games the first time, I
Mm-hmm.
always kind of thought that if you won the Hunger Games, it meant that you killed every single tribute. Like that's just the thought I immediately would think. Like, oh, so he killed all those people. Hey, no, obviously not. Like, they a lot of them die natural causes on the first day. Natural causes, getting poisoned, and then obviously
Yeah.
like slaughtering each other. But man, like I get why he hates himself. That rough go of it. Let me tell you.
I
There are
mean,
so
yeah,
many parts where the actor who plays what's the guy's name? Elena, don't yell, please. What's the
the
guy's
actor who
name who
plays
plays
Haymitch.
Haymitch? Yeah. Is it Woody
I know
Harrelson? Is
this.
that
It
right?
is Woody Harrelson. Yes.
Woody
It's
Harrelson.
Woody
Okay,
Harrelson.
good. So there was the point when he was like the first time he almost died in the games, when he's like, "Hey, you don't want to kill me because you want, whatever." I was like just picturing Woody Harrelson. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's so Woody Harrelson." Woody Harrelson
Yeah,
vibes.
did you picture Woody Harrelson with the backwards ball cap, or did you picture someone else?
That's so funny. Well, I kept picturing Woody Harrelson, and then I kept being like, "Well, he's young. Like, I need to picture like a kid because he's a kid." But I
Yeah.
really couldn't get past not picturing Woody Harrelson.
I'm gonna see if I can find him because I don't know his name. He's also too old to play this part, I think. Or actually, he's 28.
He's 15. He's playing 15.
He's playing 15. Hey, but some people are too nervous to watch that. But I pictured him as Haymitch. Okay. this guy.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Maybe the kid. I could totally see the kid from Percy Jackson. I don't know his name. Don't ask me, Elena. I'm sorry, but the kid from Percy Jackson, I think he'd be really good because he fits that age range. And he's growing up. His voice is changing.
I'm gonna say he's about to grow out of it. Walker Scobell is who you're talking about. I'm assuming you mean the current Percy Jackson.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if I was saying
The one from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago?
When was it? 20 years ago? Carolyn,
No,
don't.
I don't think so. Because that would be 2005. So it has to be like 15 years ago.
Okay, good. We have to go see this movie together.
We do. We definitely do. After Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We have so many movies we have to see together this year.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
well, this year, please. The movie's not filming yet. But
They haven't even, yeah.
okay, here's a new question I have that I would like to ask for every single book we read. Usually, after I'm done reading a book, I'll be listening to my playlist and I'll be like, this so reminds me of the characters of this book. What was that song for you? It obviously cannot be a Songbirds or Snake song. But what song did you listen to and you were like, oh, this fits really well with the characters I just read about? For me, mine was Ghost on the Shore by Lord Huron.
You know what? I'll find it. Okay, well, there's two songs.
He's like, let me find the most tragic song you've ever heard in your life.
There was one song called "We Hug Now." It's a recent song.
We Hug Now is a great song.
We
Very
Hug
sad.
Now. It was the part where I got the feeling you got everything that you wanted. Like that part, I just kept picturing like
Oh my
Katniss and Haymitch,
gosh.
you know. But this song that I kept thinking about, and it wasn't like TikTok was not helping because they definitely helped put this song in my head. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story from Hamilton. Don't
Hey,
laugh
that's
at
great.
me.
I'm not.
Hey, no, because when Eliza sings "I Can't Wait to See You Again," it's only a matter of time. Who will tell your story? Like I was just like, oh, he's like Lenore.
Dude, when he is, sobbing uncontrollably, when he is sitting outside her window and her dad is playing the song she used to play, I was sobbing. Oh, I'm sobbing uncontrollably. Oh my gosh, this poor kid. If I have to
Dude.
watch that in the movie, hey, and guess what? And me and Maddie will be doing a us before seeing the movie, us after, where we have no makeup on anymore. Hey, and that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sob the whole damn time. Can I read you the lyrics of The Ghost on the Shore by Lord Huron? Because I listened to the song right after I finished the book and I was like, this is his song. Okay. Verse 1. I'm just a man, but I know that I'm damned. All the dead seem to know where I am. The tale that began on the night of my birth will be done in a turn of the earth. Lie where I land, let my bones turn to sand. I was born on the lake and I don't want to leave it. Every eye on the coast evermore will remember the sight of the ghost on the shore. And the whole thing is about how everyone he knows is dead. And that he will die
That's so
too.
sad.
And I literally, and then the bridge is I'm going away for a long time. Oh my gosh, dude. I literally was like listening to the song after and I was like, especially when he talks about how the ghost of Lenore, how he always just wants to see her and like how he hopes that her ghost will find him. And I'm literally
Yeah.
just like,
And also I can't believe we haven't talked about it yet, but the geese.
oh my gosh, yeah, the geese. Dude, and the fact that everything reminds him of her, like when he sees the rabbit in the games and he's like it's dove colored, and I was literally like, shut up right now. Because then I kept thinking like, okay, how much of this was intentional? How much of this was Snow being like, because honestly,
Yeah.
that's what he does. So it's just like, oh dude, it's so rough. And when he's like in the woods for days just trying to find where she was buried, I'm like, because I keep thinking like this man is 16 years old. Like these are emotions of someone that is not. But obviously also like when you're in high school, when like your hormones are changing, when all that's happening, you're actually at like the height of all of your emotions all the time. And so
Yeah.
it is real. And to be like, wow, this is a kid and he's having just the worst time. Oh, it's so tragic. I don't know if I'm able to handle it. This movie's gonna be a tough watch, let me tell you. And I haven't looked it up because I never look it up till I finish the book. Like, I didn't want to look up, like, are there more books? Because, like, then it kind of spoils who dies, whatever, you know, so I didn't look it up. Obviously, there are more books, The Hunger Games, but I mean, like, in this prequel situation, if she gonna write any more. Because if Lucy Gray is alive, then she has to, something has to happen, or she has to die or something between this book and, obviously, the Hunger Games. Because we don't hear from her, you know?
We don't hear from her, but you'll read it. So in Ballad of Songbirds, it's they also bring it up in this one where like you're named after a certain song. So the song that Lucy Gray is named after, when she's talking about the poem, when she's reading it to her, Snow's like, oh, so like, do we know what happened to Lucy Gray at the end? And I don't want to say what happens, but the way that she talks about that poem and the character Lucy Gray, I don't know what happened to her. Like I don't know if she died. Like when I saw the grave thing in the book, I was like, did that actually happen? Like has she been actually dead? Did she go somewhere? Because she's never brought up again. But yeah,
I wonder if she'll write another book about Lucy Gray, because obviously the Songbirds and Snakes is from Snow's perspective. So
I don't think she would like write about Lucy Gray. I think she would just leave it up for interpretation. If she were to write another book, I don't think she'd write a book about a game. I think she would write it about Plutarch's journey, because his whole thing is interesting. Like, how does he go from here to like District 13? And, you know, like, how does he get to where he's from? Because he knows all these people. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
and he's got the family that was always in the capital.
Yes.
So I would be really curious to know what his situation was, and what his situation was during the Civil War, because they even talk about that. They even say that during the war, his family was still rich. And
Snow
why he
hated
feels like
his
he's in a
family.
cage. Yeah, and why he feels like he's still in a cage, because he says that. And I was like, oh, that's such a good line. I just love these books, guys. They're so good.
Me too.
They are not overrated. They are perfectly rated. They're great books. Go check
They're
them
the
out,
best.
guys.
Somewhere, this is where my heart broke. Somewhere BT's heart breaks into fragments so small it could never be repaired.
Dude, that was
When you were reading that
so-
poem, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
it is so
And
tough.
he has
That
a
death
pregnant
really
wife?
took me out. Oh my
his
gosh.
pregnant wife and it never gets brought up again.
And then he has to be in the frickin' games again. See, that I think that is what it is, the killer for Catching Fire, and what really brings it home during this book is that all these people who have suffered so much because of the Capitol, and because they're victors, and the way that Haymitch is like, you don't get it, you never get off this train, all of that, and the fact
Yeah.
that they all have to go back again is
Well,
just,
to
oh my
me-
gosh.
To me, why they had to go back was because Snow couldn't get rid of Katniss on just some accident.
Yeah.
Because she was starting this rebellion that she wasn't planning on doing.
Yeah,
Like,
and she would
just
be a
was-
martyr if she had been killed.
Yeah. And that's why PETA says if it weren't for the baby, so that the Capitol turns on itself. Because now they're like, wait, our Capitol sweetheart has a baby in her belly and we're putting her in a game.
Yeah. Oh, so well done. Dude, I gotta
So
read this book
good.
tonight.
So good, guys. Okay, well, I'm gonna go cry
guys.
in a corner.
We're all gonna go cry because those books are brutal, but they're so good. Definitely, if you've listened to this whole thing and you still haven't read them, please go read them. Oh my goodness, what are you doing here?
Yeah. You can always start Hunger Games.
Yeah. Thanks
And-
for listening to our very spoiler-filled review of all of the Hunger Games books.
Literally all of them. And now you
Yeah,
need to
and-
go read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
I do. I'm really excited to read it. I just got it on my phone while we were doing this, actually.
You did?
I got the audiobook. I usually start with audiobook and then go into the actual book and then go back. Guys, join
Well-
us next week for who knows what. For something. We might be here, we might
know
not be
what?
here. Who's to say?
No, you know what we're talking about next week?
What?
Lottie's girl.
With Ben and Zach, guys. With two people that were crew on the movie. They will be joining us to talk about the movie. And yeah, maybe some surprise appearance from actors. Who knows?
Okay, guys, I was gonna say something, but I'll just tell you later. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye!